What's up YouTube, it's Louis here. I hope you're all well in this crazy heat. It's 39 degrees right now where I am. It's absolutely boiling, but we still have to make the updates. We still got to go to work, and work is here. And work is a bit boring, guys. A bit boring, a bit lackluster, hasn't it? Quant has been doing nothing really for the last few days. While we're seeing alts pumping, for example, Ethereum in the last day doing, well, let me just hover over the candle, 18%, 2 days before doing 10%, so literally in the last 3 days doing 20, or let's call it 30%. So going back to Quant BTC, for those that don't know this chart, you have to basically copy and paste this. I'll put this in the description under this video, and all you need to do is click over here, delete whatever's there, and then just copy, paste, just paste, sorry, and then hit enter. Don't click any of these options. That was the struggle I was having. I kept on clicking on the first. No, don't do any of that. Just hit enter, boom, it'll bring you to this chart, and this chart shows you all the data back from 2018. So I hope I've been able to help a lot of the fellow quant community out with that. And if you appreciate me trying to help you out with the chart that goes back all the way to 2018, that has the 200 EMA appearing for the first time, because this here is the 200th week for the actual quant chart, not this chart over here where it's not giving you any data whatsoever, which is actually what we've been using for the past almost year now. We've been using this quant chart, and even though we just had this chart, we were still able to call all the movements down, so you didn't even really need the history. Just now looking at the history, you can now compare this to this, and this bottom over here is sort of basically down here. The only difference, it didn't happen as fast. Over here, it didn't happen as fast. You still had all the red consecutive weeks, which is absolutely insane if we count it. I don't think I've ever seen a chart like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 red weeks in a row, guys. And these people say we need to go down more. Oh my gosh. This is exactly why we got this relief rally. Do you understand, guys? It was much needed. Now, remember, as we said in yesterday's video, the bears are going to say, yeah, we're at weekly resistance. I do completely agree with them. Of course, we're in a weekly downtrend. Everyone knows this. You don't even need a brain cell to know that. Absolutely everyone. Yeah, literally, you don't need any brain cells to know that we're bearish. But we are pumping back up, and all we need to do to invalidate the bearish scenario is somewhere just put in that higher low. Just somewhere put in that higher low. We might be coming back all the way down to 50s, 60s. I have no clue, guys. We need to take it step by step. We need to go on the daily time frame. We need to see where the EMAs are. And remember, as I said, the longer this takes to come down, the higher the EMAs will drag up, making it more likely that you find support up here in and around 85. The quicker you come down, more likely going to come down to around 70, 75. Yeah, and it looks like it's taking the longer option. Very lackluster the last few days, so there's not much more for me to say other than what I've already just said. Unfortunately, the Quant Bitcoin chart, the one that I showed you, doesn't have the 4 hour, so I'll have to go to the other quant chart on the 4 hour. But yeah, for me, it just looks like it needs to start coming back down. It's getting overextended. You see how we haven't tested this 55 EMA since down here, so it's about time that we come to it eventually. You can see you have a high, you have a lower high, and another lower high, but you've also got higher low, higher low, higher low. So in this situation, it could be anything, but because you've come in from an upward move, people are going to argue this is a bull pennant, so we should break to the upside. Look what your target is, guys. $150 target. So remember, once I said, now that we're above this $83 range, now that we're above the resistance, it means now we're stuck between this $83 to $150 range. How did we recognize this? How do we know that $150 to $83 is the range? Because previously, and we always say this, look to the left, structure leaves clues. Look where you found support, on $50 right there. Where did you go to after finding support? Boom, 150. You got above it and confirmed 150 as support, and after confirming 150 as support, where did you go? Boom, 400. So 150 to 400 is a range. You can even say, yeah, a little bit low. We'll get it. Doesn't matter what that is at the moment. It doesn't matter what that range is. We're nowhere near it. Who the F gives a shit about what the range high is? The actual top, 430. But the resistance, I see CBA to do it right now. So where's the most touch? Is in around here, $350. But anyway, we don't care about that. What we care about is how we found out about this $83 to $150 range. Well, you can see previously, if I continuously drag this red line back, you can see it is a previous resistance, fake out, so it is resistance, because once you broke back in, where did you test as resistance? Boom, there. If I flip it upside down, oh, let me just find that location quickly. There. Here, so yeah, if I flip it upside down, look, you found support, you went up, hit resistance, came down, had a fake out, but when you faked down, you came back in, where'd you find support? Right there. So the same thing, just for resistance. You had a fake out, you came back under, you found resistance right there, came back, reset the market by hitting the EMAs. Where'd you continue until? After breaking the resistance, 150 before finding support. If we ever lose 150, we're going to go to previous resistance, 83. Lose this, we're going to 50. As simple as that, because when you pump, look, resistance, so we're getting rejected by 50. Then you got above it. Where did we find resistance? 83. What happened after you hit 83? Went back to the previous resistance. Now support, $50, psychological level. If we hold this, we should go back to the range high. Boom, range high. Then we had our fake out where we came back in, hit it as resistance, confirming it. This is resistance, this is the ceiling. We should drop from here. What was holding us up? The 200 4-hour EMA, the 200 EMA. This signals your trend. As long as you're above this, you're in an uptrend. As long as you're below this, you're in a downtrend. So we're below it, downtrend. Now we're above it, uptrend. Simple as that. Here, everyone's saying this is the same as this. So how come with over here you could hardly get above the 200? You could hardly stay above it. So you went straight back under. You got above it here, but went straight back under. Here, you're miles beyond it, guys. You just need to retest their support. And you can see on the 4-hour time frame, it looks like this is going to start lining up. The longer this takes, remember, the longer this takes to come down, the higher the support becomes. And we've been saying on the channel, in and around 83, 84, 85. So let's just get that back to where it actually truly was. There we go, $83. And again, if we can confirm this as support and continuously hold $83 as support, then we're going to go to the range highs, 150. And we just seen that with this technical target out of this pennant. But even if we do break down, it doesn't matter. As long as you hold this, then we continue. Because it doesn't matter that this pattern is a bullish pattern and should go up. And let's say it does fail, it doesn't go up, it goes down. That's fine, because forget the pattern completely now and just think about support and resistance. Support, resistance. So forget, even though this pattern, you've come up, you've gone sideways with higher lows, but you also got lower highs. So it's like, which one is it going to do? If it decides to go up, your target is 150. However, if it goes down, yes, the target was never valid. 150 was never valid through the pattern, but it is valid through support and resistance. So this is why we never rely on one thing. We use everything. So here you come back down, you find support, and where is range high? Range high is here. If you find support on the range low, you go to range high. Even though the pattern here, technically bullish, well, argument that it could be bearish, to be honest, it just goes either way, symmetrical triangle. But the bulls are going to say bull flag. If it does meet the bull flag target, bull pennant target, it's 150. But regardless of if the target is met, if it breaks the high and goes up, it doesn't matter. You're going to come down. You need to come down anyway. You need to turn this previous resistance into support. And if that is done, then we're going to go up. If you lose support, this is not happening. This was a fake out. You're coming back down to test the double bottoms neckline in and around 60. So we're always preparing for both scenarios. Thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe and comment. Let's get to 200 likes and hit 3.2k subscribers by the end of this week. We're really pushing for it. We didn't get many subs yesterday, and there's hundreds of you that are not subbed, and there's hundreds of you that are not liking this video. So please, if you could just do that, it would really be appreciated. It doesn't even take 1 second. Peace.